Hello, friends. This is Chris from Texas School, and I'm here with one of our Saturday instructors for Texas School 2026, Lindsay Walden, and her class, Designing the Luxury Newborn Experience. So, thank you, Lindsay, for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we're excited. This will be your first time at Texas School doing one of our Saturday classes. And for those that may be unfamiliar with the format of Texas School, it's been known for this week-long environment, Sunday through Friday with an instructor and one class. But several years ago, we introduced Saturday classes, which is a great option for those that just can't take the whole week off. And we're excited to have you from 10 to 5 that day. So I just learned about you and met you this year when we were looking for new talent, and your name came across our desk. So some of our listeners may know you, but for those that don't, kind of give us a little bit about Lindsay and your business and what you do.
Sure. So I am located in the Dallas area. I've had a photography studio that's really focused on newborn and maternity photography for about 16 years, 17 years now. Um, when I first started, I was photographing everything, but newborns were kind of my passion. But I just didn't know how to make it profitable by photographing just one niche. Until a few years into it, I decided I wanted to approach a more luxury type environment for my studio and for my clients. And I was able to then really niche down into newborns and maternity and have that beautiful commercial space and really provide my clients with more of a high-end type experience.
Mhm.
So that's what my passion is. I love teaching it. I think it's so fun. I enjoy helping photographers recognize that there are other ways of doing things. You don't have to be super high volume necessarily if that doesn't fit your personality and what you enjoy as a photographer.
Yeah. So I want you to unpack something for me. So, sometimes words are tossed around and people get scared of them or not sure. So when you say like a luxury, like, can you unpack that a little bit and kind of dive into that a
Sure.
little bit more?
So I think understanding luxury, part of understanding luxury is understanding what it's not. So I sometimes will just generalize and place our clients into two categories. There are commodity clients and there are luxury clients. Commodity clients really are shopping around mainly based on price. Or convenience. There's a few factors that may be important to them, but one of the most important factors for them will be price. Luxury clients are shopping around really based on the quality of the product. There's things like scarcity that
Hmm.
is desirable for the luxury client. This isn't going to be something that everybody can have. Um, and price, honestly, like they're looking at a higher price photographer. They wouldn't consider booking with someone who's lower priced because they want the best. And I started out, again, very cheap, shooting everything, not knowing what I was doing, um, and came to a point of realizing like this isn't sustainable. This isn't something that I can continue to do
Hmm.
with my personality in the way that I wanted to serve my clients. I was really just killing myself, bending over backwards for them, and wanted them to have an amazing experience.
Yeah.
But I wasn't charging enough for it. So making that switch, I've learned a lot about what a luxury client is and isn't. But I didn't really know because I didn't consider myself as a luxury client, especially when it came to photography. I'd never, up to that point, invested very much for photographs for myself or for my family. So this is something we'll definitely talk more about in class,
Right.
is being able to identify who those clients are, where to find them, how to reach them, and how to get them to book with you, and then how to get them ultimately
Yeah.
to spend a lot of money with you.
Yeah. Well, you said something that really kind of made my ears perk up, and it's like you didn't understand it because that's maybe you may not be your client. And I think there's a lot of
It,
photographers that struggle, like, oh, I wouldn't spend what I charge, or, I couldn't afford this. And so sometimes we have a mental block that we don't expect other people to do it because we might not do it. And
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds like you've
And I think,
overcome that.
well, no, honestly, like I feel like we all still have our blocks. I have a threshold where when a client's spending over a certain amount, I kind of start to get uncomfortable. And I really have to like rein myself in and stop myself from stopping them from spending more money. So that's something that we also talk about in classes, strategies for those sales sessions of how to make sure that your own money blocks and your own issues with how
Mhm.
much your client is spending doesn't stop you or from being helpful and helping them to get everything that they
Yeah.
are wanting to receive.
Yeah. So, well, I can imagine being a newborn photographer. I would not say that we niche in that. We're more of a family branded photographer. I do actually have a real job. It's not just Texas school. Uh, but I know anytime we have a family that wants to do a newborn, I'm like, okay, well, there goes half the morning, right? Or if not all the morning. So it's definitely a niche that requires a lot of patience and a lot of time. So I would think it would demand a higher price point. And if you're trying to
Absolutely.
just do them by volume, you're going to wear yourself into the ground really fast, I would think.
Yeah, for me, the way that I shoot for sure, and the customization that I want to be able to provide my clients
Hmm.
would be really difficult to do at a volume level. But that's when my clients come to me is because of that customization and the like little extra bit of hand holding. I will say that what you just said right there, that time, the expertise of knowing how to work with a newborn, that's why newborn photographers can uh, qualify for that level of
Hmm.
spending from clients. I'll have clients come in every once in a while. I'll have someone mention something like, well, this is more than we spent on our wedding. Um, and I'm always thinking, well, yeah, like this, you have one opportunity to capture your baby at this age in a way that's going to be beautiful, that you'll cherish for forever. You can always get married again. People do it all the time. And I may have said that once during a
That's
design consultation, maybe a little bit indelicately, and the wife turned to her husband and she was like, "Yeah." So they booked. So that was
oh,
good. But I do put that pressure on myself of every session needs to have that level of quality and care um woven throughout the whole experience because it is so important. This
yeah.
is something that, sure, I could photograph the baby when they're a couple months old, but they just look different. It's not a newborn.
Hmm.
It's just different. So yes, there's a lot that goes into it. I'll be covering my techniques for photographing a newborn in a way that guarantees a good sale from every client. I've never ever had to cancel a session or reschedule it because a baby was being fussy. I have backups to backups to make sure that that session is really successful.
Hmm.
Um, and a little bit easier on me to so I do things to make it so where I'm like, okay, yeah, this is an easy shot. I can get this shot. And then as we get going, I usually can and get enough images that I know I'm going to achieve the sales that I want to get
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah.
So we will talk also about a little bit about sales and how to structure pricing and things to one, attract the luxury client, and two, to just make selling easy,
Yeah.
so that it's just natural and fun and
So
you're giving your clients what they want.
yeah, that's great. I love that you've given yourself permission, like you said, with this type of client. You're actually building in that experience, but just because of the nature of the client itself. So when I introduced your title earlier, I did leave something off. I said designing the luxury newborn experience, and there's a colon there, and I intentionally left that off because the rest of it is art, service, and sales aligned. And so you've kind of already led into this, but give some of the people listening like what they can expect in these few hours with you on this Saturday class. I mean, art, it sounds like how we're going to create beautiful things for our clients, the service, how you treat them, and sales, how you turn that into dollars to, to keep you afloat and keep your business profitable. But can you
Yeah.
expand on that a little bit for us?
Well, first, I think that word aligned is really important because as a luxury brand, everything needs to be aligned. If I have say really great marketing plan that's going to be specifically marketing correctly to the luxury client and maybe even a luxury experience, but then my pricing starts super low, then I'm not going to attract the right types of clients. There's
Mm,
confusion about what that brand is. So every part of my brand, including pricing, marketing, the sales, the actual experience, has to speak to the luxury client. So that's something that I'll be weaving in throughout the entire day with our class. We'll be starting with the art side and really my process of how I create a successful newborn session. And I'll be going through what are those important images that I'm capturing. Again, every session is different because it's customized, but at the same time, every session is the same because I'm doing the same things. It's
Mhm.
just looks different to the client so that it feels customized. So I have a really successful workflow. So we'll go through that. You'll see demonstrations on lighting. I would say that the class really would be beneficial for a lot of different levels. If you are brand new to newborn photography, you'll learn a ton and it will give you a really great starting point. I've had people who have come to me, photographers who come to me who were brand new at newborn photography, who mentored and started out as luxury photographers. So experience, yes, it matters. Like you're going to get a lot better, a lot quicker if you're charging a little bit more.
Mhm.
So I think for a beginner newborn photographer, you will get a ton from this. For a more experienced newborn photographer who maybe isn't in the luxury market yet, this will be life changing. Like I promise, it's going to be amazing. You're going to love it. If you're a newborn photographer already in the luxury market looking to refine your brand, then I think you'll still get a ton out of it. So I think I included everyone in that. So everyone
Yeah,
is
that's
welcome. Like if you hate babies, maybe don't
yeah,
come.
yeah, yeah, yep,
But if you're curious, what is it like? Then I think it would be really beneficial. Oh,
yeah.
there's my light. Um,
Yeah, newborn was definitely the common theme through all of that. So,
yes.
so,
Yes.
so
I
the,
will say that there's a lot you can learn, even if you're not a newborn photographer and have no desire to, from a luxury branding, marketing, and pricing perspective. That applies to every photographer in every niche.
yes.
The newborn part might be boring for you if you're not interested in that.
Yeah. Well, that's just the niche that's in front of your camera, how you're
Mhm.
creating it and selling it and servicing your clients. That's not
Right.
niche. That, I mean, in my opinion, that should be a standard for our industry, right? I'd love
Absolutely.
for photography to be, you know, in one of those industries that people just, they know it's going to be expensive and it should be expensive
100%. Yes,
because
absolutely.
it's so
Amen.
valuable. It's so right. It's so valuable. And we all know
Absolutely.
it's valuable. And unfortunately, so many people don't realize its value until it's too
Mhm.
late. Um,
Yeah. And these principles, they they apply to every genre. And
mhm,
while I specialize in newborn and maternity photography, I'm photographing a wedding in a couple months. I photograph seniors. I did headshots last year for a CEO. Like I am able to photograph all of these other genres, but my brand is always luxury. My pricing is always luxury. So these are really important principles, I think, for every photographer that wants to be around for a long time to learn.
yeah. Well, I mean, I wish I could be in your class. I mean, when we do newborns, usually Deanna takes takes over it, um, but it sounds like just having that mindset to get past some of those mental blocks. And
Mhm.
sometimes I know we've kind of already hit on this, but what would you say to someone that's like, man, I love babies, I love doing this, but I'm just not sure I could be luxury. What would you, what would you say to someone like that? Like,
I think that, well, first, one of the things that I always share are the images that I was taking when I first made that leap into luxury. And everybody laughs because they're that bad. I mean, they're
yeah,
really bad. Now, granted, 15 years ago, newborn photography was pretty new and
hmm
most of us were bad. um, it was really more about how I could make my clients feel. So I started my luxury brand in a home studio where clients were getting hair and makeup in the kitchen. I was photographing baby in the front room. We were doing the sales sessions in the dining room. And I was in that home studio for a couple of years, able to make six figures, several five-figure sales every year, um, by providing by being helpful, I guess is the way of putting it. That's what a luxury brand
yeah,
is looking to do is we're solving problems, we're addressing pain points, and we're making things easy and seamless and fun for our
yeah,
clients. A lot of those clients that I had that started with me in that home studio, they still come to me.
right,
Um, and they'll always come to me
yeah,
because it's the way that we make them feel. So if you are a photographer who wants to take good care of your clients and you like to connect with them, you like to make sure that they're super happy, then you're already halfway there.
yeah,
You just got to change everything else.
right. What a
Pricing,
gr-
brand,
right.
marketing.
I I mean, I had another question, but that sounds like such a great message just to kind of tie this up is like, it's not about I want more money. It's not about I want to have nice things. It's about I want my clients to feel valued, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Ab-
and that's the culture we have at Texas School, and that's why you're a great fit for an instructor at Texas School. Is we want our students to know that we value them when they're there and go and do that. So I love that message that you just said us that if you're someone that cares about your clients and wants them to feel valued and see the value that they have and treat
Mhm.
them with love and respect, then you already are luxury. Just if
Yeah,
you can align, like you said, align those other things with it, then you're on your way. So,
absolutely. And I will point out also that your clients will do the same to you.
yeah,
They will love you. They will respect you. A lot of people are worried about them being super high maintenance, and I would say it's actually the opposite. They trust you as an artist. They're amazing to work with.
yeah. That's That's so encouraging because I know I've had that mental block, and some of our people made us have that mental block of wanting to go to that leap. And I was going to ask you what made you change, but I'm going to leave that for the people that take your class, so you can share them what the
It's actually a
catalyst
really funny story.
what the catalyst in your life was that made you take the move to go into that luxury brand and really open up great things for your products and by nature of that for yourself and your business, which then goes back to your community, which services your clients again. So, yeah. So, Lindsay, one final thing: where can people learn more about you and see some more of your work?
Sure. I'm on Instagram and Facebook under Lindsay Walden Photography, and uh, also on my website,
Yeah.
lindsaywaldenphotography.com.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, if you, Lindsay, sounds something like you want to learn, if you want to learn more about luxury and the newborn experience, she'll be teaching a Saturday class at Texas School on Saturday, April 25th, 2026, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Designing the luxury newborn experience, art, service, and sales aligned. You can take that class as a standalone, or if you're already a week-long student for Texas School, you can add it to and just get the whole weekend at a discounted rate. So thank you again, Lindsay, for the time today, and we look forward to seeing you at Texas School.